Okay, so this is a review for the past participles. So participles, or past participles, sorry, are used to describe situations or actions as having been completed or simply describe the condition of a noun. So, pintar means to paint, we know that. Estoy pintando is the present participle, and that's the present progressive or the action in progress. But estoy pintando means I am painting. Pinté means I painted, but how do I say it's painted or it was painted by? Well, I use a past participle. So I can say la pared está pintado, which means the wall is painted. And in that case, I'm telling you the condition of the noun. Or I can say la pared fue pintado, which means the wall was painted, and I'm telling you about an action that's been completed. So these are both past participles right here, and they're used to describe the wall. Está pintada describes the wall's condition. It's currently painted. And fue pintada describes what happened to the wall. It can also be used to say who did what to the wall. So la pared fue pintada por Antonio. The wall was painted by Antonio, or la pared fue pintada ayer. The wall was painted yesterday. And then this other one, no tienes que pintar esta pared porque ya está pintada. You don't have to paint this wall because it's already painted. So I'm giving you the condition of the wall here and then what happened to the wall down here. To form a past participle, it's really easy. The normal ones are. You're going to take the stem of the verb by removing the AR, ER, IR. That'll give you the stem. And then you're just going to add ado, ADO, to the end of AR verbs, and you're going to add ido to the end of IR or ER verbs. When participles are used with the verbs ser and estar, they are basically acting as some sort of adjective agent, and they must agree with the subject in both gender and number. So here's some examples of regular participles. Pintar would be pintado, pintada, pintados, pintadas. Dibujar, dibujado. Planear, planeado. Crear, creado. Influir, influido. Mostrar, mostrado. Vender, vendido. You can see I've got all of the different options out here because they all exist. But my starting point is always the masculine singular. So this is what I always do, and then I look at my subject and I change the ending based on whether the subject is singular and feminine, plural and masculine, or plural and feminine, or of course the original singular and masculine. There's 10 main verbs that have irregular past participles, and those are escribir, poner, ver, volver, cubrir, abrir, morir, romper, decir, and hacer. So escribir becomes escrito, poner becomes puesto, ver becomes visto, volver becomes vuelto, cubrir becomes cubierto, abrir becomes abierto, morir becomes muerto, romper becomes roto, decir becomes dicho, and hacer becomes hecho. And these are the 8 toes and 2 hos. You got your hos at the bottom. I tried to put the ones that are somewhat similar, the STOs together, the ERTOs together. Hopefully that'll help you with your memorization. Now, you might be noticing that some of them are missing. They're not really missing, they're just, they have the same root, and so they're conjugated the same way. So here are those. So escribir, describir is just escribir with a D, so I'm going to literally just add a D to escrito. So escribir, escrito, describir, descrito. Poner becomes puesto, so exponer is expuesto. I'm just adding the X in front of it. Ver is visto, so prever would be previsto. Devolver would be devuelto, and descubrir, descubierto. And of course, I've got the feminine singular, feminine singular, feminine plural, and masculine plural options as well. So I've also got descritos, descrita, descritas, expuesto, expuesta, expuestos, expuestas, previsto, prevista, previstos, previstas, and so on. So let's do some practice. This is more what your test is going to look like. And your test is actually fill in the blank here, so it's not going to have beautiful little multiple choice questions for you. It's just, is it right or wrong? Did you do it right or not? Okay, El autorretrato fue blank por Salvador Dalí. So, past participles are important for you to actually understand the sentence. So it says, the self-portrait was painted by Salvador Dali. So what was painted by Dali? The self-portrait. So I would actually circle el autorretrato and use that to match up my adjective here. So pintado would be my answer because el autorretrato is singular and masculine. So should pintado be. Abrir cada puerta de la escuela, todas las puertas están. So if I opened every door of the school, all of the doors are open, right? So what does open refer to? It refers back to the doors, which are feminine and plural. So it would be abiertas. And this happens to be an irregular, so abrir becomes abiertas. Lula se cayó y se la rompió la muñeca. Su muñeca está. So I'm saying Lula fell and she broke her wrist. Her wrist is broken. So I'm going to take romper, which is irregular, it would be roto, but I'm referring to her wrist, which is feminine and singular, so it would be rota. Todo lo que necesitamos hacer para la fiesta ya está blank. So everything that we need to do for the party is already done. What is done referred to? Everything. I know that you want to put an S on that, but todo does not end in an S. So it's just hecho, masculine and singular. Okay? If for some reason I want to say toda la que necesitamos hacer para la fiesta, then it could be está hecha. But I don't need to make this plural because my word up here is not plural. Los sentimientos del artista están blank a través de su arte. So the sentiments of the artist, or the artist's sentiments, are shown throughout his work. Okay? So what are shown? The sentiments, which are plural and masculine. So I'm going to take mostrar, add the ado to the end, and the S because it's also matching something masculine and plural. El evento de la Galería Colón es blank para el 13 de septiembre. So the event for the Colón Gallery is planned for the 13th of September. So the event is what I'm describing. It's masculine and singular, so it would be planeado. Todos sus retratos fueron blank ayer. So all of her portraits were sold yesterday. And what was sold yesterday? Her portraits. Her portraits are retratos, which is masculine and plural right there. And so it's going to be vendidos, and that's a regular ER verb in that regard. Las obras de Picasso, so Picasso's works were seen by all of the students. So las obras de Picasso fueron, visto would be my original, but since it's plural and feminine, it's going to be vistas. Las palabras feas y groseros fueron said. So the ugly and mean words were said. It's very poetic, that sentence, I think. So what was said? These things right here, the dirty words that are plural and feminine. So dichas. And you might notice this one you've seen before, maybe pintado, definitely vista. You know, a lot of adjectives that we use actually are past participles. So another example would be, let me think about this. I'm going to come back to it. Preocupado. Okay, so preocupar is to be concerned with, right? Preocupado is the masculine singular form of the past participle. So I could say Miguel está preocupado por el examen. So Miguel is worried about the test. Since Miguel is singular and masculine, then preocupado is going to be singular and masculine as well. Same thing with cansado. So there's other adjectives out there as well, but if they look familiar, then go with it because that's a good good sign that you might know it's coming up. And then visto and vista, like we've heard of vista before. Vista is a view, and obviously vista is related to the verb ver. Okay, moving on, number 10. Estas esculturas fueron blank por una chica de 10 años. So these sculptures were created by a girl, a 10-year-old girl. And by the way, I need my upside down exclamation there. Sorry about that. So estas esculturas fueron creadas, and that is because I am saying the sculptures were created by the girl, and the sculptures are feminine and plural. And that is it. I hope that helped.